Question 8. What did I say? This question, classic question, vintage question. The SQA love this one, and it's a great question to get because it is effectively a straight line question. So the first thing I would do is just a little idea of what we've got. Okay, so I've got my line here, which is y is 3x take away 5. And I've got my circle, and all I need to know on the circle is the centre. So I'll look at these two numbers, and it's divide by 2, change the sign. So it's -1 and 2. There's my centre there. And I've got my tangent meeting the circle at 1 point. So it says show that this line is a tangent and find the point of contact. Okay. So if this is a tangent, I should be able to sub this into here and it makes sense. In the same way, if we said, y is equal to 4x plus 2, if someone said, I'll make the equation even easier then, but yeah, say someone said, prove that the point, 1, 6, y, that is on that line. You would just substitute in the points, wouldn't you? Say, well, 4 multiplied by 1 plus 2, yeah, 6 equals 6, that's fine. So all you're doing is substituting in a point to prove that the equation makes sense. So we're doing the same thing, except instead of a point, we're going to substitute in the actual algebra for it. So if y equals this, I can rewrite this equation without y, but rather in terms of x. Okay, so I've just taken out that, taken out y, and I'm putting in 4x, putting in the equation of the tangent. Fantastic. So just above that, I'm just to make it really clear, I'm just going to write out the original equation. Yeah. Take away 4y, take away 5. So you can see that all I've done is I've substituted in for y here and here. Okay. And then we'll break out those brackets. And I'm just going to do that on the side over here. Again, take your time, show you're working, because the more time you take, the better your results really will be. Small mistakes will give you some weird algebra, and it'll be hard for you to check at the end of the paper as well. So, when you come to checking everything, it'll just make your life a wee bit harder. So that's 9x squared. I'm just going to write this in a different colour. Take away 30x plus 25. So that's me broken out that first bracket. And plus 2x still stays where it is. And then I've got take away 12x and then plus 20. And you'll see I've just done it in these colours to help me when it comes to doing the addition. Okay. So let's say just take your time with the brackets, don't be a hero, and remember that negative goes twice. Okay, so negative 12x and plus 20. And that was, I'll just underline that, that was that little bracket, wasn't it? Okay. So let's put everything together then. I have got 10x squared, you can see that in green, and in blue, so see I've got negative 30, negative 42, add the 2, so that'll be negative 40x, and then I've got 25, 45, so 40. And you should be thinking at this point, that looks good because I can take a nice common factor of 10 to make my life easy. They're not trying to make your life too tricky at this point, okay, not too awful. So you might get a trinomial with a coefficient in front of the x squared, maybe, but the point is it will be 10, 7, and 19 or something. There's not going to be horrible numbers, so at this point you should be thinking you've done the right thing. And at this point, you should really think you've done the right thing because it's easy to factorise that. It's x take away 2, x take away 2, which shows that you've got a tangent. So there's two things you could do here. You can either do b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0 for a tangent, or you can factorise it and say that means you've got roots of 2 and 2. Yeah. So I would be saying here that I've got 2 equal roots, therefore it's a tangent. Let's write the whole equation. Therefore, y equals 3x take away 5 is a tangent. Yeah, so you could have done the same b squared minus 4ac, that'd be okay. But I did this because it asked me for the point of contact, so I might as well do this and then say that, well, that's one of the coordinates, isn't it? X is 2, and then I'll take my 3x, take away 5. So I'll then say that for the point of contact, for the POC, that's going to be y is equal to 3x take away 5, and I'm going to substitute in my 2. So 6 take away 5 is going to give me 1. So the coordinate there is then going to be 2, 1. That would be that point over there. So yeah, I hope that's helpful. It's a nice little question for the 5 marks. So we've already done one where you're just writing down the equation using some Pythagoras to work out the centre and things. And yeah, this is the other classic one. So a bit of factorising, a bit of substitution, but overall, not a huge amount of difficulty. It's maybe just getting going with the question. So when you're doing your study, you might want to write down the different types of question you can get and the strategy. And this one, doesn't get a lot easier than substituting, factorise, and that's you. So I hope that is helpful.